Hi, this is Keshav. As part of Azure Data Factory video series, let's get started with the next case study. Alright, if you are watching my video for first time and you haven't been subscribed yet, please do subscribe for more videos from my side on Azure and also on Power BI. Alright, let's get started. Let me read through the requirement. Here the requirement is very simple. Load the data from address table in AdventureWorks database to ADLS Gen 2. Alright. So requirement is pretty simple. Just I am trying to load the data from address table in AdventureWorks database to ADLS Gen 2, that is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Alright. So I am not going deep into Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2 here, but still let me make few pointers about it. Azure Data Lake Gen 2 is a set of capabilities dedicated to big data analytics, which is built on top of Azure Blob Storage. Alright. It has got combined features of both blob storage and also Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 1. The reason behind why it has built on top of blob storage is it will be more cost effective. That was the reason why it was built on top of Azure Blob Storage. Alright. And also it has got the important feature, that is hierarchical file structure. Alright. If you want to know more about Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2, you can just use this link which I pasted here. I'll also paste this link in the video description below so that you can use that for your reference. Alright, on high level, if you look at this case study, your source is Azure SQL Server and the destination is Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Alright, let's go ahead and build the pipeline for this. Let me take you guys into ADF environment. I already logged into Azure portal. I already created the Azure Data Lake Storage as well, that is KR ADLS. If you go to Storage Explorer, I also created container as well, that is KR demo. But under container, so I don't have any files, right? Let's jump on to Azure Data Factory environment. Okay, let's go ahead and create a new pipeline. I'm going to just click on new pipeline. I'm going to name it as load data to ADLS. Alright, fine. Let's go to move on transform. Under move on transform, you could see both copy data and also data flow activity. But for now, let me use copy data activity because I'm not doing any sort of transformations here. Alright, as per our requirement, just we need to load the data from source to destination. That's it, right? Now let's go ahead and configure both source and destination here. I'm going to create new source dataset, that is Azure SQL database. Let's say continue. I'm going to say ADWorks. I think already I got ADWorks created. Let me say ADWorks 1. Fine. And link, I already got link service created for Azure SQL database. Let me go ahead and use same. In case if you want to see how we can create link service for SQL database, you can refer my previous video. What I'll do, I'll just paste those links in the description below so that you can use for your reference. Alright. Now let's go ahead and select the table, that is sales lt.address. As per our requirement, we are trying to load the data from address table to the file in ADLS, right? Say okay. Alright, our source settings are done. Let's go ahead and create destination dataset. Let's search for Azure Data Lake Storage. Fine, Azure Data Lake Storage Gen 2. Just click on that, say continue. And if you could see here, we need to select the file format. Okay, as of now, let's go ahead and select delimited text file or CSV. Say continue. I'm going to name it as ADLS. I have got already link services created for ADLS, but let me go ahead and create new link service so that I can show you how to create link service for ADLS. Okay, so I'm going to say ADLS 2. And here the integration runtime should be Azure because we are trying to load the data from one storage to other storage within Azure, right? So if you are trying to move the data between the data storages within Azure, so then we have to select default integration runtime, that is Azure. Auto resolving integration runtime, that is the default one. Let's go ahead and select our subscription and storage account name that I created already, that is KR ADLS. That's it. Say create. Our link service is created. Then let's complete our dataset settings by browsing the path. So let me browse. As I shown already, we already created container, right? So let me select the container, that is care. I'm going to give file name as address. Alright, next let's go ahead and map both source and destination. Just say import schemas. When you click on import schemas, you could see source columns and also destination file columns also formed, but destination columns are gonna create as column 1, column 2, column 3, right? I don't want that to be happened. So for that, what we can do, let's go to sync, under sync dataset, just open edit the dataset by checking the option called first row as header. Just check that option and go back to mapping. I'm going back to mapping again. See here, by default now columns are being created same as the source columns, and mapping also done. Alright, fine, we are all done. Let's say debug. We just started with the debug. Now let's wait for pipeline to be executed. Alright, our pipeline is executed. If you observe here, there is one optical symbol, details symbol, just click on that. If you look at that, you could see that how many rows are read from the source and how many rows are written to the destination. See, 450 rows read from source and 450 are loaded to destination. Alright, now if you go back to Azure portal and go to KR ADLS, go to Storage Explorer. Under Storage Explorer, container called KR demo. If you go to KR demo container, you could see there is address.txt file created. File is created and data also loaded. Alright, now let's go back to ADF. So this is static, right? I just loaded the data from table to file, and file also created on the fly, right? So I don't want complete data to be loaded from the table. I want data to be loaded for the specific city that I am passing through the parameter. Okay, let me get that also done. Let's see how do you create the parameter and use that parameter in the data flow. Fine, I'm at pipeline now. Here the white screen here, it will take you to pipeline level, right? So you are at pipeline level now. If you look at this below window, right there, you could see parameters and variables where you can go ahead and create required parameters. Say new, I'm gonna say it as city, and default value I'm gonna pass for now as London. Fine, that's it. Now let's refer this parameter in source dataset. Let's go to source. Currently, if you could see source selected as table, right? Now I'm gonna convert that to query. If you want to make static query here, you can directly say select star from your table name, right? But I don't want to make complete query as static. Let me click on add dynamic content. The whole query is static for now, but I want to make where condition is dynamic, right? Where city equals to, if you go down all the way, you could see parameter creator, right? Just click on that parameter, it will be added to your dynamic content window. I'm gonna just take off this one @ symbol, and let's put that just in front of pipeline dot parameters dot parameter name. As it is string value, I'm gonna put that in single quotes. Keep that parameter within flower bracket. Okay, so let me open the flower bracket and also close within single quotes. That's it. So finish. So now we could see that our data is being loaded through the query. Our whole query is static, but the where condition is dynamic. Whatever the value we are passing through the parameter, that value will be passed to this condition and data will be loaded. Say finish. That's it. And if you just look at the mapping, we have got nothing to do. All mapping is done previously itself. Okay, so in case if you are taking off any columns or adding any additional columns, then maybe you need to remap. As I haven't done any structural changes, we don't need to worry about mapping. Alright, say debug. When you click on debug, there will be pop-up coming in where we need to pass the value to parameter, right? So let me go ahead with the default value. And other thing, before starting with the debug, let's go ahead and change the file name. If you go to sync, open sync dataset, the file name I'm gonna give as London. Okay, go back to pipeline, debug. Let me execute with the default value, that is London. So this time we made our pipeline data load dynamic by creating parameter. So whatever the value we pass to the parameter, our data will be loaded for the same city value. If we just click on this input button arrow, now we could see how our source query is formed. Yes, our source query is found perfectly. Alright, select star from sales address where city equals to London, that is within single quotes. Alright, our pipeline also executed successfully. If you want to see here itself how many records are transferred, just click on this details symbol. Alright, number of records are read are 14 and number of records returned to the destination file are also 14. Alright, because we have got only 14 records for London city. Alright, if you go back to our ADLS, just refresh. Okay, you could see there is London file is created and also data loaded. Alright, that's it. We made our data load also dynamic to be loaded to the city that we are passing through the parameter. Alright, I hope this is clear for you guys. This is how we can load the data from SQL database to ADLS. Thanks for watching my video. Please do subscribe for more videos from my side on Azure and also on Power BI. We'll meet again with different case study. Until then, bye bye. Thank you.